Welcome to Hadoop Fundamentals Live Lessons, where I cover several of the introductory aspects of using the Hadoop framework for big data applications. My name is Doug Edline, and I'm your instructor for these live lessons. I'm a practitioner and writer in the Linux cluster community. I have experience writing and developing tools for high-performance computing and cluster administration. I currently help maintain a community-based Linux cluster website called ClusterMonkey, and I am also a contributor to the cluster documentation project. In these live lessons, I'll give you a high-level overview of the Hadoop ecosystem. In particular, you learn how to install and use Hadoop on a variety of platforms from which you can continue your exploration of the Hadoop ecosystem in big data. Although I show you how to install Hadoop in the cloud and on a standalone cluster, we will also use a freely available laptop-desktop Hadoop sandbox version. This version provides a full Hadoop installation and can be easily used on a single computer. For your convenience, most of the examples can be run from this environment. Obviously, large data sets will require multi-machine Hadoop deployments, either locally or in the cloud. The Hadoop ecosystem is vast and growing. In these lessons, my goal is to provide an introduction that provides a working knowledge of various Hadoop components. We begin with Lesson 1 and introduce the Hadoop background and concepts. In Lesson 2, we jump right in and install and run and try Hadoop on a standard desktop or laptop computer. In Lesson 3, we cover Hadoop file system, and then Lesson 4, you learn about the MapReduce process used by Hadoop. In Lesson 5, we continue with several Hadoop examples. In Lesson 6, you learn about several important high-level tools that will work with the Hadoop framework. In Lesson 7, you learn how to set up a Hadoop cluster in the cloud. And finally, in Lesson 8, I go through the steps needed to set up a local Hadoop cluster. Thanks for your interest in Hadoop and big data. Let's get started with our first lesson.